Good morning, class. How are you today? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Okay, so before we start our lesson today, let's start with praying. Okay, pray, begin. Enough? Thank you. Okay, class, who is absent today? Oh, do you know why he is absent? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, class, do you know what we are going to learn today? In the beginning, I have asked you a question. I asked you about who is absent today, and I try to find out information. So, okay, today we are going to learn about asking for and giving information. So I'm sure that all of you have been familiar with this expression. Sure? Okay. And you must have practiced it in your daily life, right? Asking for and giving information is very important in our daily life because we talk with each other and we give information, we ask information about something that happened in our daily life. Do you know, class, why? Because we must face it in daily, every day. And for example, you meet with a people and you feel awkward at first because you don't know him, and you start with asking, "What's your name?" and you start having a conversation. Or maybe you go to the market or a store and then you ask people to show the direction or where is the place of these things. It can be also important in our daily life. Okay, so asking for and giving information can be good and can be simple as asking for time, or as complicated as asking for detail about complicated process. In both cases, it's important to use the appropriate form for the situation. For example, when asking for information from friend, you just use an informal form. And then when asking to college, to your partner in work, you use a slightly more formal form. And then when asking for information from a stranger, people you don't know about who she is, who they are, use appropriately formal construction. Okay, understand so far? Okay, so the goal of this lesson is to make you able to express asking and giving information. So you can use in appropriate way when asking to people or someone in your daily life, in your conversation. Okay, class. To make you understand better about this material, I have provided some videos related to this topic. Before we start, let's watch the video first.
The swimming pool at the new sports club looks really nice.
Wow, it looks awesome.
And it isn't expensive if you have a student ID card.
Can you register online?
Let's see. Yes, here's the registration form. Let's fill it in. You first. So, what's your name?
Isha.
Isha. What's your surname? Gill. G-I-L.
No, double L. Gill.
Ah, okay. Next. How old are you? 12.
Stop messing about.
Okay, sorry. 15. Next. What's your address?
7 Lime Road.
7 Lime... How do you spell that?
Lyme.
Right. And finally, what's your email address?
Isha@hitmail.com.
Okay, you're finished. Now let's do mine.
Learn English phrases to ask for information from espressoenglish.net. Are you lost? Do you want to know which bus to take or what time the bank opens? Here are 5 English phrases you can use to ask somebody for the information you need. Number 1. Can you tell me? Or could you tell me? This is the most common way to ask for information. You could use can or could. Can is probably a little more informal. For example, could you tell me how to get to the train station? Number 2. Can anyone tell me? Or could anyone tell me? Use these phrases when you are addressing a group of people, not an individual. For example, can anyone tell me what time the bank opens? Number 3. Do you know? Use this phrase if you're not sure whether or not the person you're speaking to knows the answer. For example, do you know how long the movie is? Number 4. Do you have any idea? And do you happen to know? These phrases, like the previous one, are used if it's possible the other person doesn't know the answer. For example, do you have any idea why today's class was canceled? Number 5. I wonder if you could tell me. This phrase is the most indirect. For example, I wonder if you could tell me who I need to contact for information about job openings. Do you want to learn the phrases that native English speakers use in everyday life and improve your spoken English? Check out the Everyday English Speaking course, which will teach you what you need to know.
Okay class, after watching the video, I hope that you a little bit more have understanding about this material. So, in asking a question, we have 3 structure here. The first one is very informal. The second one is more formal, and then the third one is formal structure. Let's discuss the first one first. The first one is very informal structure. You can use this structure when you ask to your friends or your family. Make sure that you have a close relationship with that one. The structure is you use HW question and then followed by helping verb, and then followed by subject, and then followed by verb and question mark. For example, how much does it cost? Where does it live? So let's analyze from the example first. The example number 1, how much does it cost? So the structure number 1 is HW question, start with how, and then helping verb does to modify the it, and then subject. The subject from this example is it from the sentence, and then verb cost, and then question mark. The example, second example is also the same. The first one is HW question is where, and then helping verb is does, and then the subject is see, and then the verb is live. So, have you got it? Do you have a better understanding from the informal? Okay, next to the second one. The second one is more formal structure. You can ask this to people in your daily life every day. For example, in store, you ask the waiters, you ask with colleagues at work, or in formal situation. For example, and the structure is pardon me or excuse me. You can use either this one, and then followed by HW question, and then followed by subject and verb. For example, can you tell me when the trains arrive? And then the second example, pardon me, Pardon me, could you tell me how much the pot costs? So let's analyze. The first one is, can you tell me? You can use pardon me or excuse me or ignore it, or use the second after that. The first one is, can you tell me? You can use SW question or models for this one, but it's a little bit formal and informal. You can use it in the informal situation, but little bit in formal situation like in the work or school, or maybe you talk with your partner, but in a business situation or a little bit formal situation. And then pardon me, could you tell me? The first one is pardon me or excuse me. You can use excuse me, can you tell me? The meaning is the same. And then could you tell me how much the book costs? And then it's followed by example question or models, subject and verb. Do you get it, class? You can find, and later we can have more example about this structure. And then the third one is formal structure. You can use it when asking for people in a formal situation, like you asking your boss or job interview. For example, the structure is, there are two structures here. The first one is, I wonder if you could plus tell or explain or provide me the information. Let's take the example first. The example from the structure is, first, I wonder if you could explain how health insurance is handled at your company. And then the second one is, I wonder if you could provide information on your pricing structure. So you can have imagination here. First, I wonder if you could. This is on the structure one. I wonder if you could, and then explain, followed by explain, and then the information, how health insurance handled on your company. Yeah. Okay. And then the second structure is, would you mind, followed by verb in, and then the information you want to ask. First, would you mind telling me a little bit more about benefit at this company? And then the second one is, would you mind going over the saving plan again? Okay, let us analyze the first one. Would you mind plus verb in. Would you mind is the basic structure from the structure, and then followed by verb in. Telling, and then the information. You can a bit more about benefit and this company. And then also, would you mind, and then followed by verb in, going over the saving plan again. So later we can have more example about this one. So besides asking for information, you can also replying an request or question. So the first one, you can start, if you know the answer, you can start directly answer the question. But if you don't have an idea, you can say no. The first one is replying request by if you know the answer. First, in informal situation, you can use this phrase and then followed by the information. First, sure, and then followed by information that you want to talk, and then no problem, I give you the maybe some, and then information, and then let me see, and then followed by the information, or maybe okay, no problem, yes, with pleasure. And then the second one is in the formal situation. The first one is, I would be happy to answer that, and then followed by the information that you want to give. And then I should be able to answer your question. And then followed by the information. And then it would be a pleasure to help you. Then followed by the information that you want to give. And then after that, if you do not know the answer or the information, you can say no. Like the example in informal situation, sorry, I can't help you about that. Sorry, but I don't know that. And then that's beyond me, sorry. That's the structure in informal situation. And then the second one is in the more formal or informal situation. I'm afraid I don't have the answer to that question. That's more polite and more appropriate to talk. Then the second one is, I would like to help you. Unfortunately, I don't have any information. So you can use this when you are asked by your teacher or your lecturers, or maybe some people like your boss and your company. So you can use this in appropriate way to reject the question. Okay, class. Let's after this discussion, we will watch a video again, and this video is about a conversation in a formal situation. Then after watching the video, we will analyze the video where is asking for information and giving for information.
Track 3.17.
Good morning. Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm staying in Somerset, and I was wondering if there's anything to see around here. Could you give me some information about places to visit?
What sort of things do you like? There are some beautiful natural sights in Somerset.
Oh, that sounds good. Are there any day trips?
Yes, there are day trips to the Cheddar Caves, if you're interested.
Okay, great. Can you tell me if there are trips every day?
I'll get you a leaflet. Yes, here we are. They go every day except Monday, at 9 and 11.
Okay. And how much is the trip? I've got a student card.
Let's see. Well, in that case, it's £8. The full price is £12.
Oh, that's fine. I'll go on Thursday then. Do I need to book it?
I'll book it for you if you like. Can I take your name?
Okay, class, let's start analyzing the video. From the formal situation here, there are two people in this conversation. There is assistant and Mary. So we can see from the first line, the assistant asks for information to Mary. Is there anything I can do for you? And then Mary will respond with this sentence with her information. I'm staying in the Somerset and I was wondering if there is anything to see around here. And then she responds back and asks for information. Could you give me some information about place to visit? And then the assistant responds and give her information and respond back to question. What sort of thing do you like? There are some beautiful natural sights in Somerset. Then the Mary respond, are there any day trip? It can be categorized as asking for information. And then the assistant respond, yes, there are day trips to Cedar Caves if you're interested. And then Mary respond with ask for information to assistant. Can you tell me if there are trips every day? And then the assistant give the information. I'll give you a leaflet. Yes, here we are. They go every day except Monday at 9 and 11. And then
Mary asks for information again in this line, and how much is the trip? And then the assistant give for information from this line. Well, in that case, it's £8. The full price is 12. And then Mary respond again and ask for information about, do I need to book it? It can be categorized as asking for information. And then the assistant respond with give information. I'll book it for you if you like. Can I take your name? Is asking for information to Mary. So we can see from this conversation, from this video, that it can be categorized as more formal because it uses a model to ask for information, and the assistant also Mary give response to each other without
Okay class, that's all for today. I hope after this lesson you have a better understanding for asking for and giving information. Thank you for today, but don't forget I have uploaded the assignment for you in the Moodle, so you can check it later, and the due date is 1 week, so you have a long time to do it. And the assignment is you have to make a conversation about asking for and giving information, and you can later next week you have to perform and present in front of the class. Thank you for today and good luck.